You got to give Joey Logano due because in my mind, he executed the best that day, and I would have been fine with a 22 or 12 champion day.
People don't want to look at the numbers. He won the second most races. They just want him to beat Kyle Larson because he would have beat Kyle Larson if he was out there too. So he would have still won 4 and Larson still would have won 6, and the 22 still would have been the champion, I believe.
NASCAR fans, ready to break down the hottest drama in the racing world? And we've got a spicy one for you. We're talking about the one thing that's got fans hotter than the Arizona sun at Phoenix Raceway. The playoff format. Joey Logano just won his 3rd Cup Series title. But here's the deal. Fans on social media are big mad. The playoff system's got people scratching their heads harder than a driver in a post-race inspection. Like, how does a dude with the lowest average finish in championship history take home the trophy? So, let us ask you this. How'd y'all feel when that checkered flag dropped at Phoenix and the stands cleared out faster than a pit stop? Be honest, were you hyped for Joey Logano taking home his 3rd Cup Series title? Or were you like, bruh, this ain't it? Let's face it, our boy Joey played the system like a pro. But does that make him the real champ? Fans wonder how a dude with 6 wins? Yeah, we're talking about Kyle Larson. Not make the championship 4? So, here's the big question. Is it time for NASCAR to overhaul the playoff format? Should wins matter more than points? Or are fans just salty that Logano played the system better than anyone else? Grab your snacks, buckle up, and let's dive into this wild ride of a debate. So, picture this, Phoenix Raceway, the grand finale of the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series. The checkered flag drops, Joey Logano wins the championship, and silence. Fans dipped out faster than a driver on a pit stop. No celebrations, no fanfare, just crickets. Why? Because a lot of people weren't feeling Joey's dub this season. Let's break it down. Joey Logano's season wasn't exactly fire. Dude had 1 win before the playoffs, then got eliminated in the round of 12, only to sneak back in because of Alex Bowman's disqualification. Meanwhile, Kyle Larson's out here racking up 6 wins, and he's chilling on the sidelines? Bruh, how is that fair? Alright, let's rewind the clock for a sec. Back in 2003, Matt Kenseth won the Winston Cup with just 1 win all season. Fans were bored, ratings were tanking, and NASCAR knew they had to do something. Enter the playoff system. It was supposed to spice things up, give us more drama, and for a minute, it worked. But then Jimmy Johnson came through like a cheat code, winning 5 straight titles from 2006 to 2010. People started calling it predictable again. Fast forward to 2014, NASCAR flipped the script with the elimination-style playoffs we have now. But instead of fixing things, it's just been a punching bag for fans ever since. If you're as hyped as we are about NASCAR, make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell for the latest NASCAR news and driver stories. Fast forward to today, Joey Logano's got fans and critics going at it like it's Talladega on Twitter. People are mad about his average finish position, a whopping 17.1. That's the lowest ever for a NASCAR champ. Bro, if we were playing by the old point system, Logano would have finished 12th. Let that sink in. And look, the man knows how to play the game.
This is something that everyone knows the rules when the season starts. We figured out how to do it the best, figured out how to win. It's what our team's been able to do for the last 3 years. Don't like people talking that way. You know what I mean? Because if the rules were the old way, we would play it out differently, wouldn't we? So I just think that's just a bunch of hearsay back there, and people have just got to accept what the times are. Times change, right? And I don't know if you have a lot of the moments that we have today without the playoff system that we have. Do or die moments, you got the pressure, you got all these things going on in the last 10 weeks, you have guys trying to get into the playoffs, you have that storyline. Gosh, I mean, how many storylines can we make? It's amazing. I'm not sorry.
Times change, right? He played the system, and he played it well. But that's the problem, isn't it? Should the system even let that happen? Now, let's talk about Steve Letarte, the OG crew chief turned commentator. The guy is out here pitching a radical new and interesting playoff format. On the Actions Detrimental podcast with Denny Hamlin, Letarte emphasized on winning the races throughout the season and said,
So here's mine. I'm going to give you the Steve Letarte playoffs. You ready? Right. You win a race, you're in the playoffs. I don't care about points. I'm not even going to count them. You win and you're in. Okay. We may have 6, we may have 16. I'm not even going to set a number. The playoffs are only winners. If you don't win, I don't care how many points you score, you go home. Winning is what matters. That's what people cheer on. Victory lane should be the best. So for 26 weeks, you have to win a race. Then we run, I could argue the format, either all of those guys for 10 weeks or all of those guys in some sort of elimination with the last round being 3 races. There's still seeding off race wins and stage wins because once Denny wins the first race of the year, I want him thinking I need to keep winning. So I would still seed everybody in a bracket. Like there's still a first to however many winners we have. When we reset, when we leave and enter the playoffs, we say, hey, Kyle Larson had 4 race wins, they're worth X, and 5 stage wins, they're worth X. So that puts him seed 1 with 2,050 points.
Nothing really changes, it's only race winners. It could be 12, it could be 13, whatever it is. But the bonus points for winning the race is the same, stages the same.
You got to win.
Yeah.
And imagine that. It's like a golden ticket to the playoffs. You win, you're in. Period. No cap. Some seasons, we might have 16 drivers fighting for the title. Other seasons, maybe just 6. It's unpredictable. It's wild. And it rewards drivers who actually go all out every week. Now, if Letarte's idea was spicy, Richard the King Petty came in with straight ghost pepper levels of heat.
I guess what I would do, look at the deal and say, okay, we've had this guy's won, that guy's won, this guy ain't won. Forget the points. Put the winners run for the championship. I mean, if guys won, one race or 10 races, they get into the championship. Looks to me like it, in the long run, that would be the best way because you got some guys up there that almost run for the championship that didn't win any races. They didn't quite make it, but there's a possibility, and it has happened in the past.
The 7-time champ simply said, forget points, forget consistency. Only let the winners run for the championship. Boom. Done. Let's think about it. Every single race would feel like a Game 7 moment. Drivers would have to send it like their careers depended on it. No more riding around, playing it safe for points. Nah, Petty's system would make every lap count. But hey, is it too aggressive? Y'all let me know in the comments. Okay, so with all this noise from fans, drivers, and legends like Petty, is NASCAR actually gonna do something? Well, NASCAR's VP of Competition, Elton Sawyer, said they're listening and are open to make it better. Now, they might make some small changes for 2025, but if we're talking a full-blown overhaul, we probably won't see that until 2026. Why? Because it's not just about drivers, y'all. Changes like this mess with tracks, broadcasters, sponsors, basically the whole ecosystem. It's like trying to rewire your car in the middle of a race. And the fans are divided. Some people are all in, like, yeah, reward the winners. Others are like, nah, consistency matters. And then you've got the trolls just stirring the pot on Twitter, as they do. But hey, here's the kicker. Despite all the drama, viewership was up this year. 6% more people tuned in compared to 2023. So, is NASCAR really gonna mess with a system that's bringing in more eyeballs? Alright folks, love it or hate it, the current playoff format does bring the drama, but it's also got some flaws that are hard to ignore. The idea of making wins more valuable sounds great so far. Whether it's Letarte's system, Petty's plan, or something in between, NASCAR's gotta find a way to make the championship feel more legit. Cause right now, it's like watching your fantasy football buddy win the league after auto-drafting his team. It just doesn't sit right, but we want to hear from you now. What do you think? Is it time for NASCAR to overhaul the playoff system? Or should they keep riding this wave? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's get this discussion rolling. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe for more interesting stories and updates from everything NASCAR. Do share this video with your friends. Until next time, keep the conversation going on Lucky Dog on Track.